and then just double check audio and all that shit. And then if you want to see the game, just watch it on mute on Twitch or whatever, I guess, because... It's November 3rd, 2020 in San Andreas. Oh, God.
I mean, it just sounds like San Andreas to me, to be honest.
Okay, but the whole stream is the whole game. It doesn't look weird or anything like that.
Say that again?
I said it looks okay.
For it being San Andreas, yes.
Okay. Well, because in my stream window, it's all fucked up, so I just wanted to make sure, because I can't see it while I'm playing. I need 2 monitors really badly for this kind of shit, but, alright. So, hello, Eric.
I will say that the window's really small.
It's like in the top corner of the screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I was asking. 1 second.
My apologies.
I think yeah. That's how I was. How about now?
Yeah, it definitely looks better.
It's like filling up the whole shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let me pull up the dashboard here. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. How's it going, Eric? You're Eric.
I am Eric.
I don't remember the controls. Anyway, it's unfortunately a very special day for us burgers. Relatively, anyway. Not that special. So within the next few hours...
We should have the day off, to be honest.
Yeah, it should be a national holiday. So... maybe during the course of this stream, we will have a very strong idea of who's going to win our presidential race here. I love how they got the guys carrying the TVs and shit.
You know, I think we're fucked either way, to be honest. So we might as well get a TV.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're fucked. But I've kind of been I just got off work a little bit ago. I've been watching the numbers roll around and change and all that kind of shit. This is like extremely. I forgot.
It's a dog and pony show. Like, literally, it's a circus to literally, like, entertain us every 4 years.
Yeah. You can see I just walked out of the hospital. I'm already getting mobbed here. So, okay. Speaking of, for the unawares, we're playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I've got the riot cheat on. Because for some reason, a not small portion of the populace seems to think that no matter what happens in this election, there's going to be some sort of violence break out in the streets or some shit, which I think is probably a little overblown myself. But that's the theme here. That's why we're playing this game right now and not finishing Persona that we started months ago. But yes, it's a.
I have people at work tell me that Antifa gets paid to protest. You know that?
Everyone gets paid to protest, apparently.
Except us.
Yeah. Where are these guys? Yeah, tell me. Tell me where they're at.
The Bilderbergs.
Yeah, where they're getting paid to protest, because I'd love to know. All Saints General Hospital. That chick was just carrying a TV and then it like disappeared. So
she changed her inventory.
So where it stands right now, it's been 10 minutes since I've looked, I guess, but not a lot changes in 10 minutes. Right now, I guess that for some people, some people thought that Biden was gonna somehow like snatch Florida, and I just didn't really expect that to be the case. And now they're all surprised.
That's
and shit.
Fucking Boomer Central down there.
I know, they're all surprised and shit now, and I'm just like, kind of what I expected. Let me do the cheat here. I got the cheats pulled up. Yeah. All right. I just like to observe the exploding police cars everywhere. Yeah, so in that and then Georgia, I guess. Well, what I've heard from Georgia is Fulton County, where like Atlanta is. I guess in one of their early voting centers, or their absentee counting centers or whatever, they had a pipe burst. So it's going to be probably at least tomorrow before we know Atlanta. So I guess that
sounds convenient.
Yeah, it always sounds convenient. But right now, as we speak, Biden's up in Ohio, which is surprising. So if he takes Ohio...
You know why, right?
What?
You know why he's up in Ohio?
Why is he up in Ohio? John
Kasich endorsed him a few months ago, and John Kasich is pretty popular over there.
So he's up in Ohio. If he takes Ohio, he pretty solidly is gonna win. It's basically like if Biden
not
can't
necessarily.
It's pretty well. If he takes Ohio, then he basically has to win one of several other states that are way more likely to go his way than Ohio was. Like Pennsylvania and Michigan. Trump barely won. So if either of those go, or if Arizona, I think, or Nevada go, I think Nevada's going to go blue. But if he gets Arizona as well. And these people, they follow all their demographics information and all this other shit. So they have like five guys in Ohio voted one thing, so they know what fucking 27 people in Nevada are gonna vote or whatever the fuck, however it works. But so let's discuss what do you think is gonna happen if Trump manages to win? How do you think this shit's gonna go down? Just give me some sketches, some ideas.
The status quo.
The status quo. Yeah, pretty much. I don't
know. What's gonna happen if Biden wins? The status quo.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Nobody's actually gonna give a flying fuck. It's all a circus. We're all talking about it on YouTube about how we're gonna have a second civil war to get views. Okay, that's all that's happening. I'm tired of hearing about it. Y'all are too much of pussies to actually go out there and like fight in the streets. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna look like San Andreas. You don't think?
Y'all motherfuckers are John Wayne until fucking Texas Red comes to your town, alright?
And then all of a sudden... I forgot to crouch. I figured out how to change the camera. It's been too long since I played this. Yeah, pretty much. Um,
They've like fetishized like the idea of a civil war, right?
yeah, yeah. No, I don't.
Despite like how horrible the actual civil war was,
Yeah.
right? It's sad. It's
Well,
sad to like know.
I don't expect anything in that extreme to happen, but I do think it's going to be the hysterics. I think the hysterics are going to come regardless, right? The internet hysterics. Social media and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. First of all, let me just say that. But yeah, that's just. I don't know what's going to be worse though. I think if Trump manages to pull it out, I think the Democrat hysterics are going to be more annoying to listen to. But more of the Trump whiners have guns, so it evens out. They're not gonna shoot anything, but they
They're
ride
too
around.
fucking old to shoot anything.
Yeah, they ride around in pickup trucks with their guns toted and all that shit. So
yeah, and they're bothering me at the shooting range, asking me if I'm gonna keep my brass. It's fucking annoying. I'm tired of hearing about it. I hate these boomers, dude. For real.
That's what's frustrating to me right now is that like all these elections. Don't even get me started on the fact that everyone who's running is like, when Amy Klobuchar dropped out in whatever month, everyone that was left, no matter who would have won, would have been the oldest president in the history of the United States. Medical technology and its consequences. Well, they've been a disaster for me personally because I'm sick of these old.
Except
fucks.
for Pete Buttigieg.
No, Pete Buttigieg dropped out before Amy Klobuchar did.
Oh right, I forgot.
Yeah, Mayor Pete dropped out relatively early. So I closed my chat, which I didn't mean to do. Which is just, I mean, I like Bernie Sanders more than your average person, right? But even that, I'm sick of all these fucking ancient fucks. They're just clinging. Fucking Mitch McConnell's back already. They know. I mean, I figured he'd be back, but that malicious old turtle. I just want him to be gone. And I don't want to have to wait till I'm fucking 45 to have a fucking representative, quote unquote representative politicians that are not fucking ancient. But I just don't see how else it's gonna go at this point.
I tell you what, next election I guarantee AOC is gonna run, and we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. I don't think she'd win in 4 or 8 years. I think you gotta wait. These people are too scared of the word socialist. You know what I don't understand? Here's what I really don't understand, okay? I understand, right, that like the socialism boogeyman, it's dumb, right? This is a Buffy reference, by the way. I just realized, Spike would always hang out in the crypt with his couch and his fucking TV, eat pizza and shit. Unless there's some other pizza crypt. I said this crypt I'm in may be a Buffy reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's somewhat similar to Spike's setup in Buffy. So even if it's not an intentional reference, I'm claiming it. I'm sticking the flag in like Neil Armstrong. Did Neil Armstrong stick the flag in, or was it Buzz? I don't know. So yeah, that's the socialist boogeyman. I don't know why they just haven't figured out a different word. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Bernie Sanders. I don't know, the fucking the ABC man or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Any word, just another word. Just make up another word and use it. I guess socialism is a word that like has international relevant. Like people understand what it means, right? Except in America, they don't. So, but if you didn't have Bernie Sanders running around calling himself a socialist, or Donald Trump calling Joe Biden a fucking socialist, like, give me a fucking break, first of all. That's so far from anywhere close to accurate that it makes me piss my pants with laughter. But, you know, you have AOC and Bernie Sanders. If they didn't claim themselves to be socialist, that's like 70% of, like, why people should, like, want to talk shit on them or whatever. It's just because in school I learned socialism bad, so therefore anyone who has that in their title is a bad, scary person, and I don't like them.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And the more this government does, the more socialist it is. And if the government does a whole lot of stuff, then it's communism.
Yep. That's a good fight. I've been watching that guy's lectures autistically for like a week and a half, and I'm enjoying myself. I basically just I started off with the one that quote was from because I'm like, I gotta see the context of the meme. And he's actually not talking about Americans being stupid about socialism in that quote. He's talking about how mainly Stalin co-opted the term socialist to describe like Russia after the revolution when he came to power. But all that ever was the government just came in and took over the capitalist enterprise, and instead of leaving a private board of directors and a private CEO and all that shit, they just put a government official at the top or whatever. Like, for the worker, it was no different. Which is not what, you know, the idea is. Right? So...
Right. It was just state capitalism.
Yeah. So that was the context of the that meme quote, which surprised me. But yeah. That's how your average American sees it. And the government is the most baddest thing, right?
Until it pays my Social Security check every month.
Yeah. Which, of course, capitalists opposed when it was proposed. But not everyone in the government was a corporate cocksucker back then. So FDR said, "Well, I'm gonna take 94 fucking cents of your dollar, and I'm gonna institute Social Security and unemployment and a federal jobs program for 15 million government jobs, and if you don't want to help out, that's fine. But these guys, they're talking about a revolution, and that would be even worse for you than just paying more taxes for a few years." So then they fucking did. Go figure, right?
Right.
And now all of this shit that like all these fucking quote unquote conservatives love so much. It's just so great. Social Security. Oh man, I've been paying. You know, that's not a socialist. That's not a socialist thing. Like literally, it is. You're just used to it.
Well, no, they treat it like it's a bank account. Like, they pay into it their whole life, and then, like, oh well, I just draw out how much I paid into it. Because they never realize how much they actually paid into it.
No, because they're fucking ignorant. They have no idea how anything works. I don't know. It's like... it's just a boogeyman that, like... It's like we're in McCarthyism still. McCarthy and his consequences, they've been a disaster for the American race.
Yeah, pretty much.
America is still not recovered more than like 20%. I guess the fact that someone like Bernie Sanders can call himself a democratic socialist and run means that like we've made some progress, right? But I don't know. Give it like
2
20
men
years.
helped usher in this horrible age of like ignorance in this country. You know who they were?
Who were they, Eric? Tell me.
Fucking McCarthy and Reagan.
Yeah, each in their own way. The McCarthy had the the communism meme, the communism boogeyman, and well, Reagan had a lot of shit, but my, of course, the favorite is trickling down.
The only thing trickling down is the piss onto our heads.
There we go. I like that a lot better. Yes. The shit. Yeah, it's just in me. Like, just the entire conceit that, like, the better the fucking CEO of the company is doing, the better we'll all do. It's just a fucking joke. Literally not one iota of truth to it whatsoever.
Yeah, did you know that Reagan used to sell out his Hollywood cohorts as communist McCarthy? Yeah, shit's fucked up.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Man, if I was elected president, the first thing I would do would be tear down anything that bears Reagan's name.
Yeah, out of spite, too. Why is everybody... Nobody tries to get a hold of me for... Nobody wants to talk to me for fucking 8 days. And then, since we've started streaming 21 minutes ago, I've got like 5 texts, 3 calls.
One of those, to be fair, was from me.
Yeah. I saw yours. Besides yours. I'm about to die shortly. So, yeah. So, if Trump wins, the Democratic hysterics are going to be hilarious and annoying as fuck. But, like, I don't know. I would prefer Joe Biden to win, like, obviously, right? Although, you went and voted today, correct?
Did I?
Did you?
No, because it was too confusing as to where I was supposed to fucking go.
No, that's okay. Trump won anyway, so... Who are you gonna vote for, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, speaking, the Green Party wasn't on the ballot this year for whatever stupid fucking reason.
They weren't on the
vote for, say that again?
Oh, I just wanted to reiterate what you just said because it's fucking asinine. It's in multiple states that this is the case.
Right. So I was probably either just going to write in Howie Hawkins or just go for Joe Jorgensen just for the meme.
I mean, I'd rather have Joe Jorgensen than Joe Biden, so...
I refuse to participate in the two-party system trick that has been, like, pulled on. Like, the wool is pulled over everyone's eyes, right? Like, we have to have a two-party system. It's ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
And if you think your vote matters, I'm sorry to say, but it doesn't.
Everyone who's... Any single person who's going to get nominated cares more about their criminal friends on Wall Street and in boardrooms than they do about you. And don't ever convince yourself otherwise. Yeah, I just don't think... do you think... Let's get paranoid. Do you think America will ever get better? Or do you think we're circling the drain and it's just a matter of time?
If you get rid of the boomers, which time and McDonald's will do, I think we'll get better.
I think that, I mean, it will help, I think, but it's just... I don't know. Something, I just can't help but feel like, oh my god.
What happened?
Just got hit by a train. That survived. Oh, there's a riot going on. Let me go clothes shopping. I don't know. I feel like the guillotines have to come out before we make any progress. I don't know. That's what feels true to me right now. And I just don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, it might get to that point, but I refuse to think that's like the first thing that has to happen, right?
No, it's not the first thing. I just don't think that the power concentration at the top is ever going to relinquish the control they have over the U.S. government without something akin to violence. I just don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pessimist. Maybe I'm just burned after seeing like the only person who gives a fuck about like the actual working class people in this country get DNC rat fucked twice in a row. But and I'm in a downer. That could be true. I'm not saying it's completely out of the question, but it's just, I don't know. Just the more I understand about like the grip your capitalist pharaohs have around the throat of the population, I just don't know that it's ever going to change. Oh yes, the cowboy boots.
I think I'm just more of an evolutionary socialist than you are, my friend.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll be the first one in line to pull the cord on the guillotine. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't want the guillotines to come out, but I just don't see. Like, I think it's gotten too bad. Like, I don't know. It's just gotten too bad. You like something big has to change, and I just like everything is like intricately tied together so that conveniently nothing can change. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe when we get some of the boomers out and we're able to actually get some forward-minded people working in Congress, then. But at the same time, like without being able to get money out of politics, then even those people, I mean, who isn't tempted by that shit? Very few people, right? Very few people have the integrity to both go into politics and not succumb to the greed and shit. And then, so we got to get money out of politics. How do we do that? Well, you don't without changing the law. But how do you change the law without getting a majority in the House? And I don't know. It's just all these circular logical loops of how the system works that it's too conveniently set up to be rigid and unchangeable. That's why we have fucking. I would have loved to have for Bloomberg to somehow fucking manage to squeak out a victory, just so for the spectacle of watching two fucking billionaires run against each other. Like, if that doesn't prove how much of a joke this system is, that this is what climbs to the top, you know. But
right, two billionaires who sit there and claim they know what it's like to be at the bottom and know what it's like for the average U.S. American and shit.
Yeah. That's Donald Trump's greatest grift. Because at least like politicians, like sometimes they actually do come from like a working class family, right? And then they're able to become a politician, and then they become like a corporate shell, right? But somehow, like, Donald Trump, who was born immensely rich, and who has never actually increased his wealth. Like, he has only lost money or stayed the same, right? By every metric imaginable, like, he knows nothing about economics or business. He's just, like, has the money to do whatever, right? He somehow managed to convince, like, all of these, like, and don't get me wrong, there's people who vote for Donald Trump because, you know, he doesn't, you know, they hate Mexicans or whatever, and he gives them somebody they can look up to, right? But I think a large amount of, like, actual just, like, working class people vote Republican because they've been grifted into thinking that, like, that's who cares about them. You know what I mean? And you think of anybody, like, having Donald Trump as the face of the party would prove otherwise, but it just doesn't seem to have done that. Which just surprises me.
I love these people who, they're like, I'm a proud union member, so I vote Republican. Meanwhile, like, every Republican senator and governor is out here trying to tear down the power of the unions, undercut them at every point they can, and nobody sees it.
Yeah.
That's the greatest grift ever, like, the Republicans have completed, is making, like, working class people think they care about them.
Yeah. It's kind of slick. I just don't really know how they managed it. Really, it's kind of impressive when you look when you step back and look at it. Say what you want.
Because the Republicans, all they have to do is rest on the laurels of, like, quote unquote Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah.
And they have won. That's all they have to do.
Yeah. They don't have to adhere and at all to, like, anything akin to Judeo-Christian values. They just have to claim it.
Like, literally, you're not. It's, yeah, literally.
So it's wild. Yeah, and I just don't know. In an ideal world, I'd like to see the Republican Party actually become more libertarian, and the Democrats become a little bit more I don't think they're ever going to become non-corporately minded, like actually full socialists, but, like, even, like, some trickles of, like, Bernie Sanders-ish, like, give me a health service and some climate subsidies and shit going. That's, like, a good start, right? That's not actually socialist, but that's, like, a good start, right? I would feel a lot less shitty about, like, I don't know. Maybe I have this idea of a world where, like politics isn't just pure grift, right? But,
yeah, good luck with that one.
But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's unique to America now. I just don't have experience anywhere else. I think it's probably always been just pure 100% grift. I just like the idea that you can, like, have a civil disagreement with somebody, you know? And that's how it used to be in the United States, and that's how it is in certain other places in the world, to my understanding. I may be ignorant, I guess, but I don't know. I don't dislike someone because they have a different belief system than me. I dislike the fact that, like, this entire thing is run on, like, 95%, like, bullshit fakery con man bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right. And I also hate that, like, no politician is ever predicated upon, like, actual policy. It's all like, oh, they smell like a butt. Don't
Yeah.
vote for them.
Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste.
Well, it's not even like, yeah, that's get a recent example. That's not, but that's how it's always been though.
Yeah.
Like it's almost never been about policy. Let's be honest.
Nope. It's about because the average, it's the average person just like doesn't. They just don't care. They're trying to live their life and shit. You know what I mean? You think in the 21st century we have reached a point where like people can be taken care of enough where they can like take a little bit of interest in like what goes on where they live, right? But
no, that's why they don't take care of us. So we don't have the time and energy to do that.
Yeah, I know. That leads me. That train of thought just leads me back to the "it'll never get better" mindset. You know what I mean? Like what? Where is the incentive going to come from? You just have to have like a massive groundswell of people. And now in the modern era with fucking 24-hour news and social media, like everyone's more like divided than ever, seemingly. So it's easier than ever to fucking trick everybody into thinking that actually the world will end if Joe Biden wins, or the world will end if Donald Trump wins, when actually, you know, guess what? It's not going to. They don't give a fuck about you regardless.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole idea that like, oh, the enemy was won, the world is over.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy. It's LARPing. It's back to LARPing. If Joe Biden wins, there's gonna be the military's gonna come kick your door down and take all your guns. Except our well-armed militias will rise up to fight the evil socialist Biden military, and we'll retake this great nation. Or, you know, just like that kind of, this is just fucking Fantasyland bullshit. It's pretend, it's make-believe. Everyone wants to make
Precisely.
believe. Everyone wants to make believe that they're in Divergent. And they're the riskies.
No, bruh, no. It's these kids who grew up with these, like, honestly, bro, it's these boomers who grew up with stories of their dads being in World War II, and then, you know, no, honestly, it's not even the boomers, it's some boomers, but it's these dudes who, they grew up on stories of their grandpa being in World War II, their dad being in Vietnam, so now they're like, well, we never got our war! Except for the fact that we've been at war in, like, the Middle East for 100 years.
Yes.
And they're like, and they grew up on, like, John Wayne movies, fucking World War II movies, and they're like, well, but that should be us, man. They grew up with the Red Dawn, they're like, oh, the commies are coming.
Yeah. Afghanistan and Iraq aren't sexy, though, so no one gives a fuck about them anymore. They were so important. They were so important at the time, but the Taliban. Now you're
trying to start Korea War II Electric Boogaloo.
The Taliban has more control in Iraq than when we went in 2003. I would say that means America lost.
No, we won because we set them up like that.
We have the most, the largest military in the world, fighting a bunch of, you know, ragtag terrorists for 17 years, and they're better off now than when we started. I would call that a loss. I think we lost. And, but we don't talk about that in the American news. Actually, that war doesn't... There's no war in Iraq. Maybe that's why a lot of these people hate China so much, too. Like, I don't like the Chinese government, right? But, these people are like... They really don't like the Chinese government. So they think you know, something's gonna go down or something at some point. I wouldn't get your hopes up, but or Korea. Anyone who is scared of Korea likes being scared of Korea because they just like the idea that we're gonna go to war with this big evil mean guy and save a country. You know, a sexy war, not a fucking killing ragtag brown people for oil. That's no fun.
Sorry, I was like dying on a Mento. But no, like I said, they're out here trying to start like Korea War II Electric Boogaloo and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. They said Grandpa was in Korea. I want to go over there.
There will be a day when we go to war with North Korea, and the kids that get sent over there are doing fucking Fortnite dances over dead North Korean troops. I'm telling you right now, this will happen.
Yeah.
This record right here is certain to take over the whole world. Can't be no other way. No other way, man. That record is hot.
Mm. Sorry, I'm just giving myself an update of the last like 45 minutes of what's been going on. Well, since we've been streaming, Ohio is closed a little bit. Looks like it's pretty close in Ohio now, so... I mean, Trump was expected to take Ohio, but... Seems like it's going to be closer than a lot of people wanted to pretend, which doesn't surprise me, based on 2016, but... But if Trump manages to win, I can't imagine like the Democrat like establishment not being like dramatically rethought.
Yeah, I mean, you want to know how to change the country?
No.
The guillotine's got to come out for the Democratic Party. That's what's going to have to happen.
I mean, if you can't beat Donald Trump twice during a pandemic that has like been incredibly like poorly handled, you know, like there's all of this with extreme high turnout and all this other shit, and you still can't beat Donald fucking Trump the second time. It's just like, I don't know.
And guess who they're going to blame?
The fucking 5 people who voted for Howie Hawkins.
Literally, it's our fault.
Yeah. When our state went red anyway, so go fuck yourself. I don't know. We deserve what we get regardless.
Yeah, we're literally asking for it.
Another fucking imagine if it's another fucking popular vote electoral college fucking dichotomy. Oh my god. People are gonna lose their shit. This is gonna be entertaining, regardless. I'm more of an observer than anything. I like to watch what happens. Oh god. And
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. That's why I refuse to participate in the system.
more fun to watch.
I'm an anarcho-Marxist. What are you talking about?
It pleases my ego to see people all of a sudden like Joe Biden, quote unquote like.
Yeah, there's no way this country can operate without the two-party system, because then how will we pick between the lesser of two evils?
Yeah. I just like... I mean, okay, I guess I can't... Because people always shit on the Democrats for not... Like, the Republicans will fall in line, right? And Democrats, like, quote-unquote won't. So I gotta respect the hustle of people who, like, were willing to fall in line behind Joe Biden to win, right? Like, I understand the hustle, okay? I get it. I mean, I respect it as in terms of you're playing the game to win the game, right? This is the game you're playing to win, right? It's morally reprehensible, but it's also morally reprehensible when the Republicans do it. So, but it's just funny that, like, my favorite was the Tara Reid accusation against Joe Biden. Just made me, all of a sudden, we don't believe all women anymore. When it might jeopardize our chances of winning the election. All of a sudden, well, some women, we need to ask some more questions. You know, maybe let Joe Biden win the election, and then we'll have a court case, so that way Kamala Harris will be president. Then, you know, we'll just have to see.
Right.
It's just, it just.
Like I said, it's a dog and pony show, I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
I can guarantee you it's a dog and pony show, because why do you think this shit lasts for 4 years? As soon as the election's over, we'll start getting more election ads.
I know.
Somebody somewhere will be talking about how they're running for president next time.
You know, wait till 2024. We got Donald Trump Jr. running in the primaries against Jeb Bush again. It's like a fucking nightmare I can't escape from. Kamala Harris incumbent running
Or
against
George
Donald Trump
W.Y.
Jr.
Bush and shit.
Yeah. George B. and W. Bush
Chelsea
and shit.
Clinton.
Oh my fucking god. Please,
Yeah,
no.
Chelsea Clinton, just wait.
No. Oh, no, please. I can't.
Chelsea Clinton versus Jeb Bush versus Donald Trump Jr.
Oh my god, make it fucking stop. Or he already got what's his name Kennedy and fucking he just lost his election a couple months ago for the when he was running for the House.
Jack Kennedy, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a rat-faced bastard.
Get these fucking political families out of here. I'm sick of it. These motherfuckers have had it.
One of the rules to be president should have been your dad can't have been president. Like, you gotta at least be second cousins for that shit to happen, right?
We're just cruising back towards monarchy. Remember when America, when the colonies were under a monarchy, and we really thought it, we didn't like it at all. We weren't fans of it. So you know what we did? We engaged in violent conflict until they left us the fuck alone. And then they came back and tried it again, and we engaged in violent conflict until they left us the fuck alone. But now, when George, and Jeb all run, we think it's just fucking dandy. We love it. Hey, Bush, I remember that guy. He was
Which
president.
one?
He was president during 9/11. That was real sad for everyone's. He did such a good job at it. Like, come the fuck on.
Well, don't forget how Rudy Giuliani's this political expert just because he was mayor during 9/11.
Rudy, is there a bigger slug-faced cocksucker than Rudy Giuliani? Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man. It would be entertaining for Joe Biden to win, right? Like, Rush Limbaugh to die, right as Joe Biden wins.
Wait, what?
I said I want Joe Biden to get inaugurated and then Rush Limbaugh to die while Joe Biden struggles to fucking finish a sentence. That'd be poetry.
You know, like, Rush Limbaugh's, like, on his deathbed, right?
Yeah, that'd be poetry. Yeah, he's on his
You know
deathbed.
what I hate?
He's on his deathbed from fucking the lung cancer that smoking doesn't cause. According to him.
Well, don't forget. So, listen to this, right? You know that Rush Limbaugh was a, like, serious, like, opiate addict, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he lost his hearing.
Yeah, but he talks shit about... Right, but he talks shit about drug addicts all the time.
Well, yeah. No, because people, like, Rush Limbaugh lives in a fantasy land. He lives in the meritocracy fantasy land, okay? Where everything 100% all of the time is just sink or swim. You know, go fuck yourself or not, right? Until it happens to you. When it happens to somebody else, oh well, they shouldn't have just gotten addicted to those drugs, right? But then when it's you, oh well, it was this and this and this circumstance and this and this circumstance and this and this and this and this and this happened and this happened. That's why, you know, it's hard. It's hard being addicted to things. You know, it's a disease when I have it. You know, it's just that type of mindset. It's just like,
Hey, Rush, why don't you pull yourself up by your bootstraps out of addiction?
yeah, well, it's the only way that... You have to live by that ideology. Otherwise, the capitalist framework we want to pretend makes a functional society, like, doesn't make any sense. Because...
Actually, literally.
Literally, yeah, because, like, there's no excuse for Jeff Bezos to have as much wealth as he does unless we pretend that, like, he was really smart and worked hard to get it, right? He earned it by some meritocratical standard, right? It's the only way. Otherwise, how else would he do it? You know? That's how it works. So therefore... So then you apply this ideological framework to, like, everything, and it's fucking vile. I mean, it's just a disgusting way to view the world. It really is. I'm dead. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm not I won't say I'm quote-unquote happy that Rush Limbaugh is going to be a dead man soon, but he lived a very vitriolic and unpleasant life, and you know, I'm not going to miss him when he's gone.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone deserves cancer. But Rush Limbaugh's the closest person I could think of.
Yeah, he's there. It's still a spectrum. It's not binary. He doesn't deserve cancer less. than some other people.
Correct.
What's up, Boomer? They call CJ Coronavirus Johnson because he's taking these boomers out.
Think about what kind of a sad life Rush Limbaugh must have now, right? He's on his, what, 4th or 5th wife. Like, nobody likes him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be dead soon. And like, almost nobody's gonna mourn him once he's gone. Like, imagine how sad that must be.
Yeah, it's just like the sad patheticness of it all, right? Like you told a bunch of hateful people what they wanted to hear for a couple decades and became rich as fuck off of it. But what has it gotten you? Everyone knows your name. Everyone hates your guts. You're fucking... None of your wives like you. I mean... What was it? What is that worth? You know?
Yeah, what did you accomplish?
Yeah. You made a whole lot of money. Congrats.
And it's not like he can even say he abided by his Judeo-Christian values, right? So...
No, but also, when you look at it in terms of...
See you in hell, Rush.
The meritocracy capitalism framework, making a lot of money is the most good thing you can do, so... Therefore... You know? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, don't really count very much when you're trying to go to heaven, my dude.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I'm an ordained minister, and all I'm saying is,
Rush better come over.
You're not going to heaven, my dude.
Rush better come over to the Everest abode and fucking start confessing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. My church, my outdoor church.
Yeah.
Where I preach long-haired hippie-like.
Yeah. The Church of Urk.
But still socially distant.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that I'm happy that Rush Limbaugh's gonna die, but it pleases my ego that he won't be alive. And it pleases my ego because he lived the most spooked existence possible.
Fucking for real.
Oh god.
Just think, man. We're gonna see the end of Rush Limbaugh, Bill Maher. It's how long till Bill Maher do you think doesn't have a career anymore?
Bill Maher will be fine until he retires, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm
not a fan of I'm not a fan of Bill Maher myself, but he's not quite on the same level as Rush Limbaugh, I don't think. He's close, right?
Nobody's close.
At least Bill Maher is openly a comedian, right? So I mean he says vitriolic shit from the point of view of
the supposed to be funny.
Yes. The moderate left, right? But at least he doesn't posture as 100% political commentator. You know what I mean? Some of the shit that Rush Limbaugh says is pretty comical. But the people who listen to him take it seriously because they don't see him as a quote-unquote comedian, right? So, that's part of it. Bill Maher is also less openly vitriolic, but yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna have. I think he's gonna retire whenever he wants to retire, just fine, and yeah.
Well, I'm just saying because, like, there's an entire generation like ours that, like, we don't really like Bill Maher at all because he doesn't represent us anymore, right? Because we're way more left than he is at this point.
Yeah,
and we're just kind of like,
but he's got the
yeah,
prospect.
okay, dude.
What's the?
Yeah, but he like made fun of Bernie twice.
Yeah, well, it's
like in both times that he ran.
Compare like
it's
compare like Jon Stewart, right? And I'm a fan of Jon Stewart. I like Jon Stewart, right? He's not the most like he's probably not as far left as I am, right? But like Jon Stewart always like he's obviously like a left-leaning guy, criticizes the American right wing a lot more than the American left wing, but at the same time like there's a sense of like he's got like a heart. Like I don't know how else to say it, right? Like he actually gives a fuck, it seems like. But it seems like Bill Maher is like a left-leaning guy, and he's like, yeah, this shit's dumb. Like the American right-wingers are dumb. Let me like clock in and like, you know, talk shit. And that's my job or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like it feels like Jon Stewart actually wants like he's actually funnier, first of all. And he's less vitriolic, which, you know, all that shit helps. But he actually, like, wants to make the world a somewhat better place by, like, the work that he does. Which I just feel like Bill Maher's more... I don't know. Jon Stewart has more of a heart than Bill Maher does, I guess is the most correct and also lamest way to put it. I don't want to say it.
It's literally soul versus soulless here.
Yeah, pretty much. Professionals kit. Let's try these guns. It's like a long ass cheat.
No, I quite agree with that assessment, to be honest with you, but I don't know. Everything that comes out of Bill Maher's mouth just pisses me off, so.
Yeah. It's just that, you know what it is? You know what it really is? It's like there's this idea of like left wing in America. Left wing is like these rich elites or whatever, right? And they don't understand.
Yeah, he's
like
literally the smug liberal, dude. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, I think that's the most succinct way to put it. Is that he's literally the fucking archetypal smug liberal, and no, you know. Unless you're also a smug liberal, you probably don't vibe with that too much. Born to truck. Damn.
Born to truck, forced to fuck.
Born to truck, forced to bike. That cop took a fucking deagle to the chest and lived. I was surprised. Usually this deagle one shot.
So did 50.
Was it? Did he get shot with a fucking Desert Eagle?
No.
I didn't think so. That's why I was...
He got shot with a 9mm.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Like, if 50 Cent took a deagle to the chest and lived, he is the best rapper alive.
I mean, he's already the best rapper alive. What do you mean?
Well, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. Born to truck.
No matter what your opinion on 50 Cent is, him going after Floyd Mayweather not being able to know how to read is still the fucking funniest shit ever.
Yeah.
Did you know the story on that?
A little bit, but go ahead and just tell it for the hypothetical viewer.
So, if memory serves correctly, 50 Cent was going to make some huge donation to a charity if Floyd Mayweather could read an entire page from a Harry Potter book, like out loud.
Okay.
And Floyd refused to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. That's some gangster shit.
And when the whole like ice bucket challenge thing was going on, 50 Cent was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. All I do is I'm gonna challenge Floyd Mayweather. If you can read a page from this children's book, I will make a donation to the ALS Foundation."
That's savage.
Yeah, I don't even know why it started. I don't know why 50 Cent thought Floyd Mayweather couldn't read. I don't know.
Well, Floyd Mayweather didn't prove him wrong.
Yeah, but Floyd Mayweather doesn't have to prove him wrong. I don't care if Floyd Mayweather can't read. He can punch other dudes in the face hard enough to win, so who cares?
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny. Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna question the dude who kicks other people's asses for a living if he can read or not, because I don't really care.
He put all his stats into strength and dexterity. And left his left is int at like 3. You gotta make sacrifices when you're rolling your character.
Fucking for real.
What's chasing me? Another bike cop. He's like right on me too.
So Tyler, do you think Cyberpunk will get delayed again?
I don't fucking know at this point.
I just want to say I called it.
Yeah, that was remarkable.
I deserve more credit for that than I have been given.
Yeah, I mean there was like when the game goes gold and there's fucking like billboards in Poland and shit. I'm like, all right, it's not they can't possibly delay it again. They're like, yeah, oh, we did. The discs are shipped and printed, but this shit's getting delayed. That's not a good omen. That's really not. I mean, not that like any of them are good omens, right? But like when it goes gold, you're like, okay, so it's got to be like pretty much ready, right? They could still work on the day one patch or whatever for like a month or whatever, however long. But when they have that means the day one patch is not ready for enough for the game to be presentable on day one, and they need 3 more weeks. So you know they're like major overtime, like even more overtime, fucking crunching them. Like, and it's got to be like all QA bug fixes.
Do you know that
this shit's got to be like in a bad state.
Do you know that the CEO of CD Projekt Red sent out an email to the friends and family of his employees, talking about how sorry he is that his employees cannot be home to see their families, and then said the crunch isn't too bad.
Yeah. This is
GOG the only thing like propping up CD Projekt Red right now?
I mean, like financially, no, they're probably fine. I mean, The Witcher sold so many gorillion copies that like, but they need Cyberpunk to not have like bad press, right? Because like, let's take a game like New Vegas, right? New Vegas is like, at this point, like within a few months of release, it was like pretty much as bug-free as most Bethesda games are, right? But when it came out, it was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. I mean, there's still people. It's been 10 years since that game came out. There's still people that like, they're like, yeah, you know, New Vegas really burned me. I couldn't get into it. I played it day one, and like it was really, my game crashed after 12 hours or whatever, and I never went back to it. And it's like, I mean, you just don't want that bad like PR. Like you can't have that day one bad impression shit. You know what I mean?
Oh hell no! And especially now, when everybody's streaming, everybody's making videos day one, you better have that shit look good, and that day one patch better be small AF, because you know everyone's gonna be talking about it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That would be. They probably want to get as much of the main story, you know, the main quest like experience as like locked down and bug free as possible by that day one patch, so that they don't get those bad first impressions. And then after that, it's basically once you sell your fucking 95 million copies, they're banking on the game as a service for a good while. I mean, that's their plan with the multiplayer aspect. I guarantee you they want to have it be a GTA 5 situation where the multiplayer just fucking prints money, right? Like you make a really solid single player experience that like sells to, you know, everyone wants to buy it, and it has all this positive word of mouth and shit. And then the multiplayer just like wrings money out of people for fucking a decade. I guarantee you that's their fucking dream. So it's just, are they going to be able to pull it off or not?
I just want to say I completely hate the idea of a day one patch.
Yeah, no, it's like in 20 years, right? When hypothetically CD Projekt Red goes under or whatever, or the Steam goes under or whatever the fuck, right? Or Sony goes under, you still have your PlayStation 4 or 5 and you have your disc, but like you have to play a non-functional version of the game basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just...
Here's an idea. Make your game good, then release it.
The problem is that, I mean, I'd rather have a shitty game have a day one patch that makes it better, right? Than not have the patch. But the problem is it's like swung way too far, where it's like nobody cares about like preserving the medium going forward at all. Like none of these big companies give a fuck. It just doesn't matter. It's like we got to make the $1 million.
Video games aren't art, bro.
Yeah, like I can fucking take fucking Bubble Bobble and pop it in my fucking NES and just play the shit. You know what I mean? What modern game can you say that about? Very few. Very few. That's not good. That's not a good thing. And it's a game's unique issue. There's no other medium that has had this issue, which is why I feel like are unable to like deal. Like nobody's figured it out yet, right? It's like a new problem to have.
Kanye West albums.
What?
Kanye West albums.
Yeah. But even that's relatively new too, right? It's just like come with the digital age of just having the opportunity to patch shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, maybe we need a patch for democracy.
Maybe.
I don't even remember where you're at in San Andreas right now.
I'm right here. Like I said, I was hoping that I had a completed game save so I could like take the jetpack and shit and kill these fucking hills have eyes motherfuckers, but unfortunately.
Man, this is what like 80s moms think society was going to devolve into if their kids play Doom and listen to Marilyn Manson and shit.
Yeah.
Or 90s moms, I should say.
Mm.
Old ladies just beating each other to death in the street and shit.
Fucking Charlie Manson in overalls and shit. All fall before my boot.
It's a bigger boot.
Yeah, this is what Alabama's gonna look like tomorrow, if Atlanta swings Biden.
What the hell do you mean this is what Alabama looks like right now? This is what Alabama's always looked like.
Sweet home.
You ever fucking been there?
I've been through it. I think I stayed at a hotel in Atlanta one time, but that's it.
You know Alabama's not... You know Atlanta's not in Alabama, right?
Yeah, I do know that, but I'm, yeah.
It's like a couple states away. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
it's extremely far away. I know. You know what? I've never been. I've never been farther.
I stepped like 6.
Sorry, go ahead.
I stepped like 6 feet into North Carolina, and somebody tried to sell me meth. So I don't go down south anymore.
We don't go there. You're just you're a coastal elite, Eric. Don't you see?
North Carolina's on the coast, dog.
No.
So I had that elite meth.
Yeah, when they talk about coastal elites, they don't talk about fucking Virginia. Fucking
Florida.
yeah, those coastal elites, the Haitians, the Haitian coastal elite.
Right. Like, well, what do they define as a coast? Because doesn't Michigan have a coast?
I mean, yes, technically.
Yeah, those damn Michigan coastal elites. Now it's like Ravenholm. Like, we just don't go there anymore.
Yeah.
Full of meth zombies and shit.
Now I'm yeah, I've never been any farther. I've been all up and down the East Coast, and through like half of the South, but I've never been any farther west.
Yeah, me neither. I've never been, like... The farthest west I've ever been is Wisconsin.
Yeah, I haven't even been that far. Because you think Little Rock looks like this on a bad day?
I almost guarantee it.
Are they better than this?
I don't know, Chief.
Say what you will about Grand Theft Auto, okay? It is the most American game series ever made, one of.
Yeah, I will agree with that, yeah.
It's from, like, one, it's, and Rockstar's English, too, that's my favorite part, right? But, they obviously do their research, but, compare, like, I don't know, the Mother games, right, which are Japanese, but they're set in, like, a fictionalized version of America. But they're, like, clearly, like, you know, like, pretty parodic, right? But, GTA is parodic as well, but it feels there's more truth. There's more truth at the core of the America of Grand Theft Auto games than than most fucking American games. I know they just get it. This guy sprinting. You know, where's he going, you know?
Anywhere he can, man.
While the cop just fucking strolls. He's like, yeah, Dudley's cruiser SUV blew up. I was walking by. Two Charlie
CJ
Manson.
says ACAB.
Yeah. This game is like ACAB as fuck, though, right?
Nah, man. Tenpenny was just one of those bad apples, bro.
Yeah, there's not a single positive cop character in this game, so I have to conclude. CJ says ACAB.
I just don't understand why these homeless people are just attacking you like this.
The only county that reported in that I saw votes for Kanye West. I mean, people have voted for Kanye West in different places around the country, but like 400 people in some county in Kentucky voted for Kanye West.
Based as fuck.
Let me help you beat this hooker. The
Yo, bro. Bro, this whole country
to
about to be closed on Sunday.
Maybe that's what he meant. He said if the American people cannot get a delicious chicken sandwich on Sunday, then they don't have to work either.
Kanye's like economic plan is somebody left your fridge open and took a sandwich. Like that's literally his whole economic plan.
If Kanye West was president, okay, it would be extremely entertaining just because like somebody would show him like you Google some like economic or political concept and then the word definition, and then the first thing that like the one sentence version of it that pops up on Wikipedia, he would like show that to his cabinet, right? He's like, all right, how do we do this? And they're like, well, it's you gotta this and this and that and this, and he's like, and that would be that for 4 years, every day.
Who do you think a Kanye West cabinet would be?
Nice buns. Jay-Z would be there.
And Beyonce.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi would definitely be there too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Kid Cudi might be his running mate. Crippen Memorial. Oh god. You know, who would his vice president be? Would it be Jay-Z or would it be Kid Cudi?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta get the Poptimist vote. I'll punch this cop. Look, that TV just disappeared. Damn! Kill that cop. Ah, damn. I got you, dog. I'm innocent. You gotta try me in a court of law.
So how long until we seal off Florida and like make it just a giant prison?
Sooner rather than later, I hope. Florida's like... Florida, if any state needs to be its own country, it's probably Florida.
No, it needs to be its own like prison state. Like literally, it's like its own penal colony. And
Yeah,
shit.
it'll become Florida State Prison. Literally.
No cells, no shit. You just have to like keep yourself alive and not be eaten by gators.
Yeah. It'd save them the trouble of arresting and reporting about all the Florida mans.
No, set up cameras. You gotta televise this shit.
Yeah.
It's like that George Carlin bit.
Yeah, Florida Channel.
What would Sir like?
Florida Uncensored TV, FUTV. I'd watch it. I'd buy cable for that shit.
Hell fucking yes.
All right, we're gonna eat some full racks here.
Watch it hot. Enjoy, sir. Here you go, enjoy. Have a nice, cheesy day. Have a well-stacked day. We're out of napkins. Sir has regurgitated enough already.
Gross.
Literally be the Florida Penitentiary / old folks home.
Nursing / penal colony. Ted
Fucking for
Kaczynski.
real.
Ted Kaczynski would become the Emperor King and shit. He'd have him tearing down the fucking walls and shit. It'd be the fucking Anne Prim paradise.
The God King of Florida.
Don't tell me you didn't think
Just want to see Ted Kaczynski throwing bombs at gators in order to preserve the natural wildlife of this fucking state. He's like, the gators are eating the birds. Yeah, I'd watch FUTV. For sure.
It'd be like Better Cops.
It's like way better. I think this election is going to be the last one where anyone thinks of Florida as a swing state.
Right?
It's just like, it's so clearly not at this point. I mean, the GOP gets it like by like 5 points like every time at this point. Like, just give it up. Quit campaigning there.
Hey, you know
It's
what's
not
like
worth it.
really sad is what's like really sad
What?
to like watch now? Like now that I like have like an idea as to what your rights are as far as like when you get arrested and shit,
Yeah.
watching cops is like incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Because we've been watching like police officers violate people's rights for like 30 years and we just never noticed. Or didn't care.
Was cops a psyop?
Fucking maybe.
Dude, cops
Make
is a...
you really comfortable with like
yeah,
like
cops is a
make you
fucking
really
psyop,
comfortable
dude.
with like no
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it now. Yeah, that shit was a conspiracy. Yeah, that makes too much sense. Yeah, because the cops are like, when you watch it, the cops are like the good guys. I mean, it's ostensibly like documentary, right? But the way they obviously portray the cops as like the reasonable ones, like in the situation and shit, right? Despite the fact that they like regularly violate people's civil rights, okay? And then we give them, how long has it been on? A couple decades at this point, right?
Like 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's a psyop. That shit was on purpose. Who makes cops?
Oh, hell yeah.
We're doing a whiskey time on cops.
What, like next week?
No, but at some point. That's going on the list. Beat you like you stole something. Yeah, cops is a fucking psyop.
Same shit with Live PD.
Yeah.
Except now you can watch people's rights be violated in real time.
Fucking send the police bits and shit.
It's like how the army had like how they had an esports team and shit.
I didn't even do anything. So that chick hit me.
Bro, we figured out we do.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Bro, we figured out the whole cops thing, dude. We're gonna get Clintoned.
Yeah, on stream too. We should have kept it to ourselves. This is why I keep saying streaming's dangerous. We're too intelligent for this shit. Yeah, they're gonna find me fucking suicided. I'm gonna be fucking stuffed in a suitcase, boneless. Yes, he removed his own bones, put himself in the suitcase, double latched it, and then threw it into the ocean. It was a suicide. And everyone's like, well, I don't really believe that, but there's a new Young Thug burger at Burger King, so I don't really have time to investigate this.
I gotta make TikToks about it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I have to make TikToks while I harass minimum wage employees at the drive-thru.
Yeah. Was meme culture a mistake?
Yes, we need to go back and stop the Sumerians.
Okay,
Bro, you know there's dudes out here there who like straight up believe that the Sumerians still run the world and shit.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they're like the Sumerian reptilian overlords and shit. I'm like, what?
The fucking Sumerians.
Couldn't even make copper and shit. Just
yeah,
they're running the world.
These fucking Sumers. The 2,000-year-old Sumer.
All hail Lord Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know people actually thought that. Like, I've heard the meme before. I didn't know it was actually a thing.
Oh,
though.
where do you think the meme came from?
Yeah, I guess I should know better. But no. But speaking of memes, I don't think meme culture.
Wait, I got a question though. I got a question real quick. Question real quick. So, is conspiracy theory just read another book, but for like crazy people?
Maybe somewhat, but not as bad. The conspiracy theorists, like the Alex Jones types, they're a lot more creative, right? Like, there's actually some intellectual activity going on, right?
Right.
Like there's a puzzle of like you know, like a nature painting, like a Bob Ross painting or something. 1,000-piece puzzle, and you shake up the box and you throw the pieces on the ground, and like the conspiracy lizard man guy picks it up and he makes like some surrealist masterpiece out of it, right? Like, it's not quite quote unquote right, but at least it's like entertaining in its own way, right? There's some creativity behind it. These other people put the Bob Ross painting back exactly how it is, and they're like, yeah, this is exactly how the world is. This Bob Ross painting, it accurately reflects actual reality, bro.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's pretty apt assessment.
It's not like there's people walking across the beach with TVs.
You don't watch TV on the beach?
And all the hookers have guns. I love this game. This is a good game. This game has brought me many hours of joy.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
I know it does, but it's just...
I'm honestly worried if my hooker doesn't have a gun.
So I don't think we're gonna know until tomorrow, midday probably, who won. Philadelphia and Atlanta are done counting for the night, it looks like.
I thought the whole point to having, like, doing this shit digitally was so, like, we can know faster, right?
Apparently not. Philadelphia said they've counted... Let me see. Philadelphia election officials have counted about 76,000 ballots and won't report any additional mail-in ballots until 9 a.m. Wednesday. Detroit officials expect to finish counting absentee ballots by Wednesday evening. So, I don't know, unless like two of these states that Biden really needs to like win, you know, lock it down tonight, it's probably going to be tomorrow before we know for sure. Just prolonging the fucking suffering. Like when they made a sequel to the game The Suffering.
These are all the ties that bind.
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
Man, if there's one character I feel bad for at MGS, it's fucking Master Miller.
Master Miller's incredibly based. Yeah, I like every MGS game, right? But
I'm just sad that they're coming true.
Yeah, me too. But I like them different amounts, right? And in general, depending on which day you ask me, I could pretty strongly argue that, like, most of the big boss era games, like, did more harm to the story of the franchise than bad. But like Master Miller is unequivocally the exception to that take. Kaz is like a fantastic character, like easily one of the best characters in the series, and he's pretty much like 80% of his character comes from Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the character for sure. I like him a lot.
Too bad he dies like so early on in like the series too.
Well, that's what's like kind of based is that like he's dead really early on in the series, like release wise. So you sort of like you're like, oh, like cool, I guess. Like he's like retroactively like like you retroactively feel bad for him, right? Which is
Right.
which is a cool. It's part of the what makes non-linear like shit work so well. You know what I mean? It's like the like the ending of Pulp Fiction or whatever, right? Like everything after the Bruce Willis
Right.
part, like Vincent's gonna die or whatever, right? So then it's just like it paints everything else in a different way. It's one of the great strengths of like non-linear storytelling. Whereas like
Yeah, but like the best
because
part
it-
about
because it-
Kaz's character is that he like starts a burger chain. Like that shit's based as fuck.
yeah, incredibly, but like because the danger is right. Like let's say that like Metal Gear Solid was one of the last games that was released in the series, right? Like Kaz dying would be like this big like emotional moment and shit, right? But like it's just like in the context of playing the series in release order, it's just like, all right, he was one of your mission guys in Metal Gear 2. And then in Metal Gear Solid, oh, cool, they brought that guy back. Like the Colonel and shit. And then, oh, wait, he's actually dead. You're like, damn, that sucks. But then, like, then that's the end of it, right? Like, it's very low-key. Whereas, like, if it was written the other way, where, like, Kaz was a character for, like, 4 games and then he dies, then they have to, like, you can't do it like that anymore. It just feels off. Like, he has to have, like, this big emotional death. When it's, like, more, like, it feels more, like, realistic and, like, sad. That it's just, like, he doesn't even get to have, like, the dignity of, like, a big emotional death scene. It's just, like, he just got owned by Liquid off screen before the game started and shit.
Right, got fucking murked.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, we talked about it.
There's just there's a few like there's a few like pieces of media that are like in the Tylurk canon, right? And we just constantly compare everything to them all the time. So we'll just spoil them no matter what. And it's like JoJo is up there. One Piece is partially in there. Metal Gear, probably Persona. You know, there's probably other shit too,
Sailor
right?
Moon.
Yeah. There's shit that's like in like our pantheon that it's like this is like anytime a villain like is 1% a JoJo villain, like we're calling him that motherfucker a JoJo villain. I mean that's just how it works.
And we will stretch to like any amount that we can to make it that way too. That's the funniest part.
Yeah. It's an anime game with teenagers? That's just like Persona, bro.
It's not even fucking close. Oh, it's got a pirate? Oh, it must be like One Piece.
The only difference between Azumanga Daioh and Persona is nothing. They're the exact same. Moving, motherfucker.
How is our gubernatorial race looking?
I think Holcomb won already. I think it's called.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You know that dude Rainwater or whatever, right? You know, like he was just basically just running off of he didn't want to wear a mask.
Of course he was. Well, one of the, you know that QAnon chick who was, she was running for a seat in the House. She won. So QAnon has officially infiltrated the government as of January.
And guess what? She's gonna find fucking nothing.
You know what? I wanna live in the world where QAnon, like, the entire Republican Party just QAnon. That's what I want. Just for the entertainment value.
Yeah, I want to live in the world where the entire Democratic Party is just the blue-haired leftists, and the Republican Party is QAnon dudes.
Yeah, and they're just fighting. Yeah, I mean, this is basically how it is, but I want in Congress, like, the blue-haired chick to be, like, hissing at the guy with the fucking MAGA hat, and the dude with the MAGA hat is just, like, nay-naying. And that's just the entire fucking political fucking system. Just on the fucking floor of Congress. Fucking nay-naying. Nay-naying, hissing, crying. Yeah, it'd be entertaining. I'd probably watch more C-SPAN.
Well, I'm always sad that our Congress is never like other countries where they get in, like, legit fist fights and shit on their congressional floor.
Yeah, I mean, they're pussies. You know what we should do? I just thought of this. I like this policy. I just thought of this new policy we should introduce, okay? So let's say Congress is voting whether or not to go to war, right? If you vote yes and the motion to go to war passes or whatever, they draw straws, and whoever draws the short straw has to send one of their immediate family members to go fight in the war. You think we would get less you think we'd try to bring democracy to less places around the world if that were the case? Quote unquote bring democracy? I think we would.
Yeah, and I think we'd have renewable energy faster.
Yeah. I think this oil shit we would have been done with a long time ago. Some of the anti-renewable energy arguments are getting they're like getting extremely fucking stupid. I saw one. There was I think it was on Twitter. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was this big thread, right? And the person posting was like a right wing, and they posted this mountain that was like loaded with all these solar panels, like outside of some big city. And I'm not sure exactly in the world it was, but the person was an American. And they're like, if this is what solar's going to bring, no thanks. I don't want to ruin the beautiful American countryside by throwing fucking solar panels all over the place. And then somebody posted like this big fucking line of like oil wells and like fucking, it's like an oil well farm basically, like insanity, right? A crazy amount of shit. And somebody like posted that picture in reply, and then this right wing person was like, well, at least when they're done drawing the oil up, that'll go away. They'll take that away, and then it will be beautiful. You know, it'll look nice again. I'm like, excuse me? Is this your argument now? Is this the argument we have for not going solar? Is that solar panels don't look very nice on the mountain? I think we can do better than that. I don't know. That's just me.
I may not be able to drink my water or breathe my air,
Yeah.
but at least the mountainside looks nice.
Or did they just like willfully deny facts, right? Like some of the fracking proponents are like fracking is actually like perfectly fine. There's nothing bad about it. That's good. It's good. The science has figured it out. It's good. We figured it out. It's good. Like they're not even
now then, huh?
they're not even like just being like staying like, oh, the benefits outweigh the costs or whatever. No. It's just now it's just 100 like fracking is actually good. There's nothing bad about it. What could be bad about fracking?
You seen that video of like this senator doing a town hall in this town, right? And they're like been fracking around this town, and this guy's like, "So you said you would drink our water, right? Well, I got a jug of it right here. Why don't you drink some of it?" And the senator's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah, of course they're fucking not. They're Exxon cocksuckers.
It's like that. It's like that Monsanto dude who is like, "Our product is completely safe. You can drink it. You can drink a glass of it and not be affected." So like this reporter like poured him a glass of it and is like, "Oh, here, drink this." And he's like, I'm not gonna do that." He's like, "Why not?" I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm not thirsty.
I think he literally said that.
I'm just not thirsty right now. Like, you can't take one sip? Oh, I'm just not thirsty. I don't want to waste the water when I'm not thirsty. He's sweating and shit. His piss in his pants. Like, sir, it seems like you're losing a lot of moisture right now. He's like, no, I'm not thirsty, really.
Sir, you're starting to look like a dry sponge. I don't understand.
No, I'm just, I'm good. I'm not thirsty.
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. Like, it's not hard. And I always love how they'll, like, say, "Oh, the scientists have it figured out." But then we're like, okay, well, the scientists say that we need to use renewable energy. The scientists aren't experts on everything.
No. No, whatever agrees with my political... Whatever will make me money, and the scientists agree with, then that's good. I agree with that. But otherwise, I don't know. They're not necessarily the authority.
Yeah, what a horrible, like, time we live in, honestly.
Yeah. Late stage capitalism. Hopefully. Hopefully it's late stage.
Pretty much, yeah.
Late-term capitalism needs a fucking abortion. That's why conservatives are against fucking Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I guess. Man, I was watching this video today, and somebody was like, "Yeah, they need to bring their McRib back." I'm like, we really don't.
I'm like, have you ever heard of the Unproducers? They have this video.
Just the thought of a McRib is it's so disgusting to me, honestly.
The McRib is the ultimate symbol of American, not American excess, but American degeneracy. It really is.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
Shitty food made in 30 seconds that's artificially scarce.
You know what I always love, too? Like, thinking about capitalism and shit? Is these conservatives don't realize that Jesus probably would have been a socialist?
Or they refuse to accept it.
Right. Like, oh, nope, Jesus was a staunch capitalist.
Yeah. Jesus.
Despite
Jesus did,
capitalism now not existing.
wait,
when
Jesus.
he
Jesus did
supposedly
what?
lived.
Jesus did what to the moneylenders? The money changers?
I don't
He,
know.
he bought shares in their bank. Surely.
Let's not forget that Jesus, after becoming like a preacher or whatever, did not have a job.
He was a fucking. Oh.
Literally a homeless bum running around like the countryside preaching.
Touching people's hands and shit.
Healing the sick and shit, right? Like, for free. You know, like, Jesus was like the first universal healthcare system. Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but Jesus was a socialist.
I don't know.
I just like...
Sorry.
What?
Say what you're gonna say.
Well, I just love how, like, you're just standing there and old people just run up on you and try to fight you. That's just great.
Yeah, that's the most customer service jobs.
Fucking tell me about it. So what were you saying?
Oh, I'm just looking at some of these, some of where the polls are sitting, and it looks like it's going to be extremely, extremely close. A lot more than anybody thought, so. This morning, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's down to like a couple states, and whoever wins, like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. I mean, kind of the ones everyone expected, but they're also the last ones reporting in, so really just it just depends. But it's looking a lot more possible that we'll have Trump 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
If you can't beat, I mean, if you can't beat Donald Trump like the fucking in 2020, you know, that's like I was saying earlier. I mean, you don't deserve to win. Either that or just it's so easy to win if you have an R next to your name that like everyone else who doesn't might as well just move out at this point. Just cede the land. It's over. We lost. America's been taken.
Right.
The grift has ended. Our manifest destiny is to get the fuck out.
Nobody will take us. You know, one of my favorite things too is like Republicans always talk about how, oh, if the Democrats win, I'm gonna move to Canada. Well, doesn't Canada have like all the things that you like hate
Yeah, literally.
already?
In Canada, Biden is too far right wing to win an election.
Right. Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine Biden running in England and saying, "I don't support the National Health Service." Yeah, they'd fucking lynch him immediately. It would be the fucking
No. There's like guys over there that say that shit.
No, they cut the National Health Service.
Oh, right.
They don't get rid of it. No. They might cut the budget. then of course people bitch. What they do is they cut the budget and then they blame the other guy. You know, it's the same. It's the political maneuvering shit.
Right. They cut
cut
the budget, and then everybody complains about having to wait in line and shit. And then they're like, "Well, they're gonna have to wait in line. We're gonna cut the budget again."
Well, they cut the budget, and then they blame immigrants for soaking up all the healthcare.
Oh, right.
All those damn Polish coming over, getting their heart surgeries.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. Is like they don't really complain too much about like the European immigrants. It's the not European immigrants that they don't like.
No, they don't. They don't like any of them. They do not like the. That's why they left the EU. It's because they were sick of all the fucking European people just being everybody else being able to just come over.
Yeah, you know what the funniest part about that whole situation is, right?
What?
So
lot,
all these British people who had like summer homes and like retirement homes and shit in Spain, like are losing them now.
Yeah, because now they gotta get an extra passport and all this extra paperwork and shit.
Right, and like they're like just literally not allowed to like own them and shit anymore.
Yeah,
because they're not like part of the EU / residents of that country.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
a large part of Brexit
shit,
was out of.
They did not think this shit through.
Yeah, no, it was out of spite. It was just like, just because it's like something crazy to do. Like they were fed up, so they said, "All right, we're fucking Brexiting." It's like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, but we're really mad, so we're gonna do it.
Well, honestly, what I think it was is they expected like the EU to like bow down and be like, "Well, England, you can't leave. What'll we do without you?" Meanwhile, like England fucking soaks up more than what they actually put back into the EU.
Yeah, England's not even one of the strongest economies, but like not even close.
Right. Yeah, they're like the EU's like, "Yeah, sure, bye, see ya." Fuck off.
Finally.
Yeah, and like England is like they're taking fucking forever to get the Article 5 passed or whatever. Have they still even passed that shit yet?
I'm not sure.
But they're like taking forever. The EU's like, "You guys like pack your shit and leave. Like, please." We got like we promised like Serbia your spot. Like, can you like leave, please? Serbia's supposed to get your desk, man. Like, you need to go.
Yeah. They're like, "But you're not gonna have a farewell cake or nothing?"
England's like, "You'll miss me when I'm gone."
It's like, all right, bye.
Like, no, see ya, bye. Like, you'll miss us when we're gone. Yeah, we won't know till you're actually gone. See ya.
You better hope I miss when I start throwing shit at you if you don't leave.
Fucking for real. Yeah, that shit was not well thought out at all.
No, that was not a logical political maneuver. That was a frustrated people like lashing out and only hurting themselves.
Right.
It's like
England hurt itself in confusion.
It's like being mad at a porcupine, so you punch it. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself more than you hurt it.
Yeah, it's funny to me that England, who does not have... England's like the Texas of the EU, right? Like, they always threaten to leave. Like, they're, "Yeah, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave." Meanwhile, like, England can't support itself, right? Barely able to support itself. And they're like, "We're gonna leave." Well, we're gonna leave. And they finally did, and they're like, "Oh shit, this was kind of a bad idea."
This was poorly planned, I must admit.
Right. Well, chaps, I feel like we may have made a mistake here. Yeah, like, the funniest part is, like, all the English people who, they would go to, like, Denmark and shit for their stag nights and shit. Now they can't do it,
Yeah.
like, as easily. They can't just oh, I think I'll just pop over to France today, and then I'll take the ferry back in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do that anymore, and now they're all mad.
It's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Right. Well, they thought they would keep all the benefits of being in the EU, but not having to deal with all these pesky immigrants.
Yeah. Turns out it's not. Turns out you immigrate more than anyone else. You fucking toads. I'm gonna beat you like you stole something. I'm sorry?
Do you think we'll see in our lifetime, like, an ununited United Kingdom?
I don't know if it's likely. I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but I don't know how likely it is.
Honestly, I think we could. I feel like... I think Scotland's, like, trying to get ready for another referendum on to leave the UK. And honestly, I do kind of see, at least in our lifetime, Northern Ireland joining the Republic.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if it's extremely likely, but from what I understand, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either way. I don't know.
I think, like, if they could just put certain religious, like, differences aside, I think it could happen in our lifetime, honestly.
Yeah. It's I think it's more. It's not so much that they don't want to. It's just that it's like it's an extremely like large undertaking, and that's a hard thing to bite down and commit to. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Especially when like for at least the last, a large part of the last like quarter century has just been the world economy has been like constantly on and off, like shitty then growing then shit. It's just like it's very tumultuous times to make any big changes in a lot of ways. I feel like
right, but my thing is though that Scotland itself is very dependent on the EU. So, like, if you look at the Brexit vote map, like, almost no counties in Scotland voted to leave, right?
Yeah.
Because it's, like, incredibly dependent on the EU as part of its, like, macro economy. So, that's why they were kind of prepping for another... to maybe have another referendum to leave the UK, so it could remain part of the EU.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I think if
I wouldn't blame them.
I think if Scotland goes, I think Ireland will too. Honestly, Northern Ireland will.
Yeah. After the first cutting the first cord's the hardest, right? And then after that, how it's a lot easier to follow the leader.
Well, the first chord was the Republic of Ireland, technically, but just hopefully this time they won't have to have like brutal guerrilla civil war over trying to leave.
Yeah. I'm one of those people.
Would be helpful.
Yeah, well, I'm one of those people. I'm generally anti brutal guerrilla civil war. Generally, not one of my favorite things. Not one of my favorite things.
Yeah, not one of mine either, to be honest.
All right, well, we've been going for about 2 hours. It's almost midnight. I have to work in the morning, so I figure we probably end it pretty soon. Kill my own girl.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That's some interesting conversation here. I guess we'll know tomorrow probably who the next president is going to be. Assuming Joe Biden, if he wins, survives till January before the hardcore dementia sets in. I think if he wins, he'll last like a year. I think he can make it a year in office, and then we might have President Kamala Harris.
Oh my god.
I don't know. And then she gets to pick a vice president, so it's like...
We're fucked.
Yeah. Either way, we're fucked. Yeah, if you watch this either on Twitch or on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hopefully it was somewhat interesting and or informative. And we'll see you next time we stream, which will be sooner rather than later.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. All right.